Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kathy. Let's accompany each other on the way to achieve our goals and go through what will be a difficult time together. From my third episode, I'm going to make each video shorter than 10 minutes. And apart from live sharing, I'm going to dig deeper in lighting and disinfection field. So in this episode, I invited Nev Grover, who is the founder and CEO of Safe Disinfecting. She's going to share how COVID-19 challenges our lives and the ways to cope with it. So let's dive in together. Good afternoon, Nev. Hi.
Hi, good afternoon, Kathy.
How's your day?
I can't complain. It's sunny California towards the end of the day, so no complaints here.
Do you mind to show us around? Because I saw the view is pretty.
It is. I most certainly will. Take a look.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's a beach right there. Yeah, it's very pretty here.
Wow. Where is it? The beach?
The beach you can't see from here, but it's very close.
Oh, okay. It's super nice to work in this kind of atmosphere. Like you can see the view every day while you're working.
It's a nice office. So, like I said, no complaints here.
I wish I was there to visit you someday.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Welcome.
So back to our interview. Like I'm so happy to have you here in my interview. I noticed that you have a very interesting background. Do you mind to introduce us a little bit?
Oh, certainly. Thank you. So my name is Nev Grover. I'm the CEO of a company called Safe Disinfecting, Inc. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. But as far as my background goes, yes, my background is pretty much, I'd say 19 years in the defense industry. So basically, I've sold everything at an airport checkpoint. So all the different high-tech stuff that you see at a checkpoint, from X-ray machines to explosive trace detectors to body scanners. That's kind of what I've done in the past. So I've worked for contractors that actually manufacture that equipment. So so pretty much in a very male-dominant industry for the past 19 years.
Yeah, I feel like how can women stand up or stand out in a male-dominated world?
I think the key is to understand, to be very knowledgeable of any topic that you want to talk about, and I think because you're put to a different standard, and so I think in my experience, it's as long as you know what you're talking about and you present the confidence that you can hold your own. I think that's what's really important.
Yeah, now I realize that you are in the disinfection field. What brought you here?
Oh, okay. Well, yes, I am. This came from, I was, in the past 3 years, I was working for a counter drone startup. And when COVID hit, it was challenging times, and I pretty much lost my job at that time. And this opportunity of starting my own company presented itself. And I reached out to some old customers and just started talking to them about what their needs were. I had decided to become a reseller for UV technologies. So in doing so, I ended up in that product line, added a product that somewhat actually invented a product that kind of came from conversations with customers. For instance, one of the agencies in the Department of Defense, in speaking with them, I asked them what they were looking for. And what kind of product in this climate, in the middle of a pandemic, what would they like to see? And so in that conversation, I think it came up that I went back to the manufacturer, and we kind of worked on a product and then presented it to the agency, and it was exactly what they were looking for. It's an economical product that does all disinfection. I mean, you don't need multiple systems to do what it does, what the one system does. And they liked it to the point where we actually had the opportunity to present it at the Pentagon. The product is called the Photon Defender, and now it's deployed at an airport in the U.S. and some other, a recording studio, a Air Force base. So it's been a very, very interesting and exciting journey. So basically, a good mix of what I was doing and my background is what played a big role in where I am today.
How do you see the disinfection market over there? Because I see now in the market there are like a LED UVC, like far UVC as well, and also like the traditional ones. How do you see the market?
I think, well, there are a lot of players now, and of course, it's a timely opportunity. So, of course, anyone that was in the UVC world and had technology are really out there promoting their products. I think there is plenty of opportunity for out there for everyone because it's a market where now with the now that we've lived through a pandemic, things will never be the same. So,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so maybe you can tell us a little bit more about company, like
oh,
the
sure.
yeah.
Sure. So my approach is like very similar to my background. In security, there was a tiered approach to selling, where you'd have multiple technologies depending on say a market. You would choose multiple technologies in different areas to really have a full protection, for real security and for full coverage. So as far as disinfecting goes, it's a similar approach that I'm using, which is when the one product that we have, it's a chamber. It looks something like a microwave, and it's used to disinfect your personal belongings. So as soon as you walk into, say, an office, we'll use that as an example. The very first thing one would do is you disinfect all your personal belongings, like your keys, your cell phone, your laptop, if you will. And then you head to your office, and you've now, you're working in an environment where it's a sterile environment because it was cleaned using a robot the night before. The janitors had cleaned it. And then there is a technology, the photon, which is basically on 24/7. And it looks like there are two different configurations. There's one that's an in-ceiling configuration that just sits on top, just on the ceiling. It's configured. You can just adjust it there, and it doesn't interfere with the existing infrastructure. And there's also a wall unit, and that uses 222 nanometer technology, which means people can be present while that's on.
Mm-hmm.
The robot, that's not a technology where you can be present while it's on. It's damaging to the eyes and skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I assume you already know. So
Mm-hmm.
I think with the photon, so that's the tiered approach. So these are my three key technologies, if you will, that so when I have customers calling on me and asking me my approach to disinfection, that's really what it is. It's using all these three technologies.
So cool, because now I'm kind of in the process, in the middle of that. So it's pretty hard actually to do what I want to do to fulfill my dreams. Because now I kind of like I face the obstacle. I know like in the end I will get it, but
Sure.
just before that it's so hard.
Oh, no, I think there's a lot to consider. I mean, it takes, well, I mean, I think the very first thing is you have to be prepared to fail. So, I mean, the fear of failure is what keeps people from even trying. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that I've been a salesperson my whole life, it was that, the fear of being rejected or failing is not something I was worried about. I think as long, I felt that this was, the opportunity presented itself and I had the time to do it. I was out of work. So it felt like the right time. And it's going to take some courage and a leap of faith to do. But I really felt that it was, if I didn't try, that I would never do it. So it really
Yeah.
felt like the right time. So timing can be everything. And I think in
Mm-hmm.
this particular case, it was very timely.
Okay, then I just keep it up then.
Yeah, no, I think the goal is to do it. Just don't if you feel like you've done your homework and you have what you feel you need to get started, it just believe in yourself. I think that's the number one thing I can
Mm-hmm.
say you want to do is really just go with what you feel, and you'll know very early on if you're on the right path, and if not, you seek some guidance, and there's a lot out there, a lot of people there to
Mm-hmm.
help. So, but I think ultimately it has to come from within.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so thank you, Nat, for joining me today. Thank you for all this valuable life wisdom. Yeah, I'm sure all for all the people out there like me struggling right here will be inspired a lot from this interview.
Oh, why, thank you very much. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Nav. I'll
Take
see you next time.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you for watching. I believe the stronger support we have for each other, the closer we get to our goals. So I'll see you guys in the next episode.